You can either quit and give up when obstacles come to you, or you can go ahead and figure out how to be able to make yourself get through it. My name is Mark Anthony DeBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. And today, it's an interesting situation today with going for a walk that, since all the trees been having some issues out here and been breaking and falling down, that there's a bunch of obstacles in my way to do a trail that I just usually have a very easy breezy time going and make it happen doing what I got to do. But today, there was big, huge issues going on where I could decide, you know what, this is too much. This is kind of, in reality, feeling like it's getting a little dangerous and just give up. Or I could come up with a strategic plan and be able to convince myself, force myself, and make myself all at the same time and just, let's make it through it. Let's just see what's at the end, because it might be something different at the end this time. I wonder how many times we run into situations where we run into complications and we just decide to just quit. We just give up. We just decide to just, I don't want to deal with that anymore because it's just a little bit too hard for me right here, right now. As opposed to just dealing with it and figuring out that there's a way and around to be able to get to the access of what it is that we're looking for, or what it is that we want. That we don't have to just bail. We don't have to just quit. That if we just like tweak something here or go this little direction here or bend this branch there or just do something, we're going to be able to get ourselves to get through it and be able to get the success that we're looking for. And when you come to the other side of it, that you think that you even know what's on the other side of it. But when you finally get there, you realize it's actually a little different this time because of all the work that you've done to getting through these obstacles to be able to get through, to get to the end. And today, I realized something was major, drastic different with the end result of where it was that I was going, with what I was able to see compared to any other time that I saw. That it was just a level of more tiredness, I guess I would get to, on this specific walk that led me to the end, that was much needed. And because all I've been having is an ease of access, I feel like, over and over and over, and the ease of access just kept allowing me to just do what I do without feeling like I'm challenging myself. So today, going through all these obstacles, I realized I put myself through a whole new level of challenge. That now, this new challenge that's came to me, I realized I want to do something even more like this and get a little more dangerous and start to challenge myself even more in a whole different way than I ever thought that I was ever willing to want to even participate in wanting to do. And with going through these obstacles and not deciding, it's too muddy, oh, it's too cold, oh, it's too windy, oh, there's too many things in the way, oh, I got to climb over here, oh, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. If I would just quit and gave up on it, I wouldn't have found out and been able to have a good understanding of knowing what it is that I wanted to be able to pursue next and wanted to have to be able to make happen next. And that's just something with just my own self, that sometimes we have obstacles that we run into with other people that we need to just figure out how to be able to get through it. And then the more that we work on getting through these obstacles, man, something that got real interesting with just this simple walk was allowing me to see is, at first the obstacle was challenging, but then when I got through it, it was like, hey, it was okay. And then the second one was easier. The third one was easier. The fourth one. And then by the time it was the 50th time, I'm just like, I can come up with an awesome game plan here that I don't need to just veer a little bit off the path. I can go way out there. I can go way up there. I can start climbing up the side of some stuff that seems a little sketchy, seems a little iffy, seems like I might fall and roll back down if I don't have the right footing or I don't grab the right tree. If the tree gives on me, I'm going to fall down. But the more and more I kept doing it, the more and more skills I kept obtaining to be able to make sure that I can keep continuing to pursue this. And I feel like that's something that we all have with everything that we do, that the more obstacles that you go through with people, the more that you're going to have the skills needed and required to be able to continue to keep moving forward for the next thing to happen. Because when the next thing happens, because there's always going to be a next thing. It's never just going to be a we're here, we're done, everything's good, everything's settled, everything's just complete, everything is good to go. That is just not how this life works in any way. You're always going to hit a point where it's just like, now I'm here. Now, what are we going to do? Now we're going to either stay here, which is not ideal, where we're either going to get worse, which is extremely not ideal, or we just got to keep going to keep on doing something because we got more things that we need to pursue out here and to keep on getting better with, because we can't just stay the same. We got to keep on cruising. Staying the same is boring. It gets extremely boring really, really fast in reality. And then the more and more that you like to challenge, and the more and more you like to have more experience, the more and more that you want to do greater things on this planet, the more that the staying at a steady level is bore you faster and faster. That you may get there for a week and you're like, I like this is cool. And then you get there, and after a while you realize just being there for 20 minutes is too much. I gotta do something more now. I need to do something greater now. And every time we go through an obstacle, every time that we see a new one and we're just like, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to get around that. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do that. The more that we just get the skills needed to be able to make sure that we're going to be able to get through it for the next time when something like that happens. That now we have at least something that we can compare to. We see that obstacle and we're just like, okay, that's a, say, 1 out of 10 on the 1 out of 10 scale, where a 10 may be a situation where we got to bail. We actually just don't have a way to be able to get out, a way to be able to do something, a way to be able to get through this, that we do just need to stop right here, right now. That I don't see an out. I don't see a way through this, but with just me, just Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., born July 4th of 1986. I just feel like when it comes to other people, I don't think that there's many scenarios that comes into. There's very few, but if those very few weren't hit for those obstacles being at a 10, pretty much majority of everything else that seems like it's impossible to get through, you can definitely possibly get through it if you just have the willingness to want to be able to make through it and get what it is you need to do. Like for me, for instance, something super simple is I got a knife on me at all times. That if I run into a situation where I can't quite get through the trees because it's too thick, I could just start cutting some stuff off and just start making my way through. Maybe it's going to take me 100 times, I got a baby size thing on me, 100 times longer to get through it, to be able to make it through to get to the end, but I keep chipping away at it, and I keep chipping away to be able to make sure that I'm still headed forward, still doing what it is I need to do. And with that is just something I feel like is absolutely amazing, as opposed to just running away and walking away and feeling like I can't do this and I don't want to do this at the same time, and feeling like this is just an inconvenience. It's just going through it and just dealing with it. And a lot of times, something that we just really should kind of do a lot is just deal with the suck. Deal with it. It just sucks. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be the best. Sometimes we just have to get stuff done. And we don't really get a choice in the matter of forcing ourselves to just get some stuff done. That we think that we do some things that are, say, recreational, that are for fun, that are for just extra. But in reality, when you get past the age of being a child, when you grow up to being a man and a woman on this planet, we don't really have fun anymore on this planet. And when you do, there's consequences with that fun. And when you want to start getting away from the consequences and starting to do some real stuff on this planet, you're going to notice that all the things that you do that you say are fun, they're kind of like stressful. They're kind of like they building you up a lot. They're not just hanging out. They're not just partying. They're not just drinking. They're not smoking. They're not doing drugs. They're not just fornicating. They're not doing none of that. All of that has a lot of consequences behind it. So that's not actually really fun, because you have to do it. You do it. You think you're having fun so say it like that. In the moment, it's fun, but the later on that could happen with the remainder of your life, there's consequences that are not going to be fun. So clearly, it must not have been fun, because it was just fun in the moment. Where the more older that we get, the more that we start to do things that are more towards what our age is and what we should be doing out here, the more you're going to notice it's not just hang back, laughing, giggling, having fun all the time. That things that we do for fun are stressful, like kayaking. Someone will say, oh, kayaking, that's fun, that's pretty cool, that's a neat thing to do. It's not just sitting there hanging out, just relaxing, going. No, you've got work that you got to do. And even if you are just a person that is just hanging out and you got other people rowing the boat, you still had to step yourself to get into that boat. That thing was wobbly, that thing was moving. You still had to get yourself to get to that point, to be able to get to that place. It's work. It's all work to do everything that we do today, to just think that we're having fun. You want to go out for a hike somewhere? That's some serious work. That's not just showing up and just laughing and giggling. No, you're going to break a sweat. You're going to up your pace in your breathing. Your heart rate's going to get going. Something's going to happen to you. You're going to get cut. I got cut today. You're going to get a little hurt sometimes. You're going to get a little irritated sometimes. But in the end, you realize it was actually relaxing because of the whole overall picture of it all. And going through all of these obstacles are what really just make the picture even better. Make everything just even smoother and even greater. Have better stories to tell later on. Not when everything was just so easy, so great, so smooth, and you went from A, you got to B. No, those stories are no good. When you have the story from how you got the moving truck and you were trying to figure out how to do it, and you got this and this and this and this and that and that and that and all these problems and this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem. That's an interesting story. That's an interesting story to show how you kept going through it, made it happen through it, and kept perseverance to keep on pushing through it, to keep on making it happen, to do what it is you need to do. And you didn't just quit, you didn't just give up. And that shows and says a whole lot about who you are and what you are, as opposed to just seeing an obstacle and just bailing. And with that, I just want to say thank you for today, for an absolutely amazing day and a weird, absolutely amazing week. Even though we've been frostbite, frost cold, and freezing weather, just going a little wild, it's been an absolute blessing to be able to have the opportunity to be able to be out here to do what it is that I'm doing. And I'm just kind of blessed in a way of, I don't know how, but I was just praying and asking and praying a lot. Just allow my power to stay on, because I've got some work that I'm working on that I need my power. and somehow my power didn't go off. And everyone I've been speaking to this week, everyone's had issues with their power, except for my one house in the middle of nowhere, and everything seems to be fine with it. And I'm just extremely grateful for that. And I just have to, for me, that's a hands down, God pushed in, made it happen, did what he had to do. That I don't know why, and I don't know how. And this is the first time of ever times that this has ever happened to me, that I couldn't have done it. Another human being in reality couldn't do it, because all my neighbors, everyone was jammed up with power, except for this one house here. It's just an interesting phenomenon that I feel like I have to give 100% credit to the almighty creator of this planet, to be able to make sure that my work was still going, that he must really want me to do this work. Because in reality, this is the work that I'm really dialing up on, and that's raising and breeding chickens and trying to get that in a better scenario and just keep on growing with that. So clearly he must want me to keep on working on that, because he's got a mission for me with that I really like that. I think I like that more than I like working with dogs. I like that more than working with anything that I think I've ever done, is breeding and watching and hatching and watching them grow and paying attention to them and taking care of them and doing what I need to do with them. That it's an absolutely blissful thing for me to be able to continue to keep working on. And I'm just so thankful for everything that just keeps coming to me, and the people that keep coming to me, and the conversations I keep having with people, and the availability of access to things that just keep on coming to me. It kind of blows my mind sometimes of how some things happen. When I see something, I'm like, I like that, and then somehow I can catch it on a deal. Somehow I can catch it on the good side of it, making sure that things are going to be all right with it. Sometimes I run into a situation where I'm kind of looking at first like, ooh, this is a little iffy. I'm not sure about this. That I realize in the end I'm able to get through it, and then I'm not even just able to get through it, but I'm able to get through it in a way where that person just looks at me like, Mark, like this is way better than when we started. So it's all right. Everything's good to go here. And with me being on a, you sure? I'm always kind of like trying to overdo and over high expectations on people. I just kind of want to blow your mind to the point you're just like, I don't know how you possibly did that, because that's just me putting more proof on. Hey guys, knowing that God is 100% real on this planet, that he is definitely able to perform absolute miracles in reality. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just using the skills that were given to me, and the information I feel like that was given to me to be able to do what it is that I do, based on where it is that he's pushed me and forced me and got me to be able to do on this planet. That I didn't just wake up and get all this and make this happen. That I had a lot of inspiration inside of me to just start working and start going. I'm just so thankful to keep on helping people and working with people. And I hope that y'all have a great week, and a great weekend, and a great time, and a good understanding of knowing that work through your obstacles. Don't try to just give up on it. Don't try and just go the other way. Don't try and just quit. Just work at it. I mean, there's going to always be stuff that comes to you. It's just going to keep on constantly coming to you over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm going to say just push at it. Push at it, knowing that it's going to be great when you get to the other side of it. Thank you.